Hello everyone, this is Deon. Welcome back to GabWire. Everyone can take a picture, but few people know how to utilize various functions to take a better picture. In this video I'll show you a super easy guide on how you can use your DSLR from today. For many of you guys it seems complex, that's the purpose of my video. The model I am using on this video is Canon 700D, a beginner's body. Let's get started. Part 1, Powering Up. Open your box. Take the camera and the lens. There is cover on the camera body to protect it from any damage or dust. You also need a lens to use your camera. You can't use your camera without lens. Here it's a kit lens from Canon. Your lens is also protected by the caps from both sides. You need to remove all the covers in order to mount it. Remove the cap gently by squeezing your fingers toward each other. And open the other covers by screwing. In order to mount your lens, you need to look for white or red dot on your lens and align it with your camera body. When the dot matched on the ring, then gently rotate the lens clockwise toward the lens release button. When it's mounted you will hear a lock sound. To remove the lens, turn the camera off, press the lens release button, grip the rear collar of the lens, and turn the lens toward the shutter button side of the camera. When you feel the lens release from the mount, lift the lens off the camera. Place the rear protective cap onto the back of the lens, and if you aren't putting another lens on the camera, cover the lens mount with its protective cap too. Now you understand how to mount and unmount lens. You also need a memory card to start capturing photos. Slide the cover as shown by the arrows to open it. Push the memory card to insert or eject. Here I am using microSD adapter to use my microSD card. You should use SDHC card to work faster just because of the faster write speed. Make sure the card's write protect switch is set upward to enable writing /erasing. Next part is to insert battery to get it on. Take your battery from the bag, detach the protective cover. Slide the lock lever to open and turning it upward your battery slot will be opened, then just insert your battery. Align the mark of the battery with that of the camera and orienting its printed side, as illustrated insert the battery as shown, using the battery to keep the orange battery latch pressed to one side. The latch locks the battery in place when the battery is fully inserted. Don't put the wrong side of the battery. Important note, don't just press your cover to close. Hold the lock lever and then close the chamber and release it. When you successfully done through this there will be a red blink. When the access lamp is lit or blinking, it indicates that images are being written to or read by the card, being erased, or data is being transferred. Do not open the card slot cover during this time. Also, never remove the card, remove the battery, shake or banging the camera around while the access lamp is lit or blinking. Otherwise, it can damage the image data, card, or camera. Flip out the LCD monitor and set it to camera body if it's an articulated display. When the LCD monitor is swung out, you can rotate it up or down, or face it forward toward the subject to see what your camera sees. If it stops on 45 degrees or halfway, don't push it further, rather rotate on opposite side. That will do the work. When not using the camera, close the LCD monitor with the screen facing inward. This will protect the screen. Part 2, let's talk about the buttons you got on your body and lens. First, on front side, here is menu. Press the button to display the menu screen. Next to menu is info. This button is for viewing your image or capturing information. On the right side there is camera icon to do two works on this camera. First, when you're on photo mode, to switch between LCD and viewfinder. You can shoot while viewing the image on the LCD monitor. This is called live view shooting. Second, when you're on video mode, to start capturing video and press again to stop. No video pause option on this camera. On the bottom part, AV icon is for quickly changing aperture value. We will talk about aperture on another video, or you can get thousands of videos on YouTube. Press the Q button, the quick control screen will appear. Q icon is for doing works with the next 5 buttons. When your eyes are on the viewfinder, your LCD turns off, but when you're out of your viewfinder, your LCD is on. But you can't touch it without pressing Q icon. The purpose is not to mistouch and lessening battery consumption. Think rest 5 buttons as arrow or cross keys and set icon for OK. On the bottom playback button. Press this button and the last captured image or last image viewed will appear. To view images starting with the last image, press the arrow key. Each time you press the info button, the display format will change. Press the playback button again to exit the image playback and return to the shooting settings display. Delete button is self-explanatory. On the right, the red blink access lamp I mentioned earlier. If we look at the top, we will see an adjustment knob. Turn the knob left or right until the 9 off points in the viewfinder look sharp. Push once to start capturing photos and push again to capture videos. Set the power switch to video. The reflex mirror will make a sound, then the video will appear on the LCD monitor. Press the camera icon to start shooting a movie. To stop movie shooting, press the camera icon again. While the movie is being shot, the red dot mark will be displayed on the upper right of the screen. Again, to shoot photos, set the power switch to on. Top round dialer is for changing mode according to your scene. Now I am on manual mode, you can tell it by looking at the left white mark. You can change the modes by rotating the dialer. There are thousands of videos on the modes, you can check those on YouTube. My recommendation is to use on manual mode to get the best photo if you own the camera. Because by practicing regularly it will come eventually. But if you're using only on occasions or you don't have enough time to learn, then use Auto plus Scene Intelligent Auto mode to let the camera do everything for you. Press the ISO button will appear, set the ISO speed. Press the arrow key or turn the dial to select the desired ISO speed, then press set. You can also set the ISO speed looking viewfinder while turning the dial. With Auto selected, the ISO speed will be set automatically. All these buttons will be used on manual mode, where you can adjust every single setting of your camera. Then on the right side, last one named shutter button to capture your images. Press it to capture the photo. Wait, Just before capturing the photos, half press your shutter button to get the accurate focus, then fully press the shutter for the final image. If you wonder why the heck this steel mount here does this for using microphone or external flash. And also there is a pop-up flash here. Press the flash button, the built-in flash will rise. Press the shutter button halfway and look in the viewfinder to check that the flash icon is lit. You can use it when you're on manual mode or flash photography mode. You need close the flash by hand. Almost covered the body buttons. Let's move on to lens. There are two buttons on this lens. One is stabilizer, other is autofocus manual focus. I suggest you to always turn on stabilizer and switch to manual focus from auto when your camera is refusing to take focus. You can tell which mode you're on right now by taking a look at the white line. When you're on autofocus, aim the f point over the subject and press the shutter button halfway. The camera will then autofocus in the selected f operation. While on MF, turn the lens focusing ring to focus. It's a kit lens. There is two ring on the lens. First one is zoom and second one is focus. Part 3, let's shoot. This should a great session, but I tried to keep it simple for now. Set the power switch to on. Switch your mode to manual and your screen should look like mine. On the screen the first option is shutter speed. The number means how long your shutter going to be open when capturing a single photo. Lessening the number will light up your photo, and that can also overexposure your photo. I mean everything will look like white. Just adjust the number to have natural look on your photo. Click on the set icon to change and use the arrows or the dial. For the f5.6 value while zooming, actually the maximum permissible aperture changes with focal length with your lens. Let's move on to the ISO. You can change the ISO by just clicking Q button and then arrows to move on to ISO. Then use dialer or arrows to change the number. It's for low lighting purpose to push the light furthermore. But don't push it very much, otherwise you will notice noise on your images. I try to keep my ISO on 400 if I need. But if these settings make you struggle or if you can't understand what I am saying, then just press the camera button to live view the image on your LCD. Then play with the numbers to see how they affect your photos. As you can see, my subject is out of focus. By half pressing the shutter I got my focus, then I pressed the shutter button completely. The button I forgot to talk about are zoom in and zoom out. If your LCD is touch, then you can control all the things by just touching on the display. You can also use a microphone and a remote shutter with your DSLR just by opening the covers. And also HDMI and AV. Hope you learn a bit from this. If this video helps you a bit, don't hesitate to subscribe and share this video with your friends who never used any DSLR camera. Thank you, have a nice day.